We saw a movie last week.
We did. Little feature.
Little
indie feature here.
Yeah. Perhaps you've heard of it. It's called Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
And by the way, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. If you haven't seen Black Panther Wakanda Forever, thank you for watching.
Have a nice day.
After this, the show is over. You can go ahead and come out now, because this is going to be a spoiler review. Spoiler review of the film. And I'm talking to you, Dad, because he likes to... bless you, Dad, for watching the show. But he feels like, well, I got to listen to the whole thing. And I'm like, no, not if you... Because he almost got No Way Home ruined for him because he was listening to the show, and I happened to be in the room and stopped him.
Yeah.
Because he was just going to listen to it. Watch Black Panther first before you listen to this, Dad. God.
Come on, Jeff. You're better than this.
I still need to get him on the show with you. Anyway, so Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I'm going to go dive right in.
Go on.
I liked it.
Great choice of words. Dive in.
Thank you.
Water.
I appreciate it, yes.
I also liked it.
I liked it a lot. I think about it around the same as the first Black Panther film.
I liked it more.
See, I think over time I'll like it more. Here's how I feel about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the highs in this movie are better than the highs of Black Panther.
Okay.
But I think the lows in this movie, the Black Panther, the first one, didn't have those lows.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had different lows that weren't as low. And this movie does not have Chadwick Boseman, which is unfortunate. And the movie pays beautiful tribute to him in the film.
Yes.
But you do feel that presence missing. However, this movie does have Namor. and it does. And it does have Martin Freeman back, Everett Ross back, doing great things, even though he was totally pointless in the movie, and you probably could have cut his role out completely if you wanted to. I'm glad they didn't. Don't get me wrong. And this movie was a little long.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a few sequences that could have been cut out because they kind of established the same thing more than once. Big highlights of the movie for me. Angela Bassett. Whoo! I'm saying it. I said it when we left the theater.
Yes.
She's going to get an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress.
Mm-hmm.
I mark my words. Angela Bassett is getting that nomination.
And that clip will be the trailer clip of "Have I not given enough?"
Everything? Oh, you know it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know it. Also, dude, I love the scene when she's at the fucking Senate hearing. Oh, dude, and she's like, I hear the whispers. Their king is dead. Now is our time. And it's intercut with them kidnapping.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
Oh, the intro, the Dora Milaje in that scene.
Loved that.
100%.
Awesome. She was great. All the performances, really. I thought Letitia Wright was great as Shuri, who really had to step it up.
She stepped up and delivered.
Yep. Not enough M'Baku, but Winston Duke is always great.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the film. Oh, Dominique Thorne playing Riri Williams, a.k.a. Ironheart.
Denai Guerrera as Okoye.
Of course.
Well, honestly, might be my favorite character in the Black Panther.
Always love her.
Yeah.
And the actor's name who they introduced for Namor, who's leaving me.
Tinak Huerta?
Sorry for pronouncing it wrong. But yes, the actor who played Namor. Brilliant.
Yes. Namor.
I thought the action, most of it was good. There were some action sequences I didn't particularly love. I didn't love the one on the...
It was Tinak Huerta.
Okay. I didn't love the one during that intercut sequence we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I like the intercutting, and I like the fact that they were kidnapping the stuff, but I thought that action scene wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the bridge with the water grenades was fucking awesome.
That was the intro to the Ironheart Mach 1.
Yes,
which was
loved
rad
that
too.
And I loved everything. I've seen some complaints about how Ironheart were used in the movie. I thought it worked perfectly in the story and thought it was well done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I was talking to my cousin, and she was like, yes, this amazing scientist who can do unbelievable things and help save Wakanda. We're just going to drop her back off at school at the end, which I'm like, okay, fair. That's fair.
My only critique with that, too, is I don't like when Marvel has to CGI people because it doesn't look great.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch, like, even Far From Home, when it's just Peter Parker swinging, it just looks awkward.
Yeah.
So in her Mach 1 suit, while it was cool, I was like, this is a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you get to the finale, when she's in the full Ironheart, I guess Mach 2 at that point, awesome.
Yeah, it was really great. The final action sequence, both Black Panther v.
Namor
was awesome.
That was really good.
And the whole fight scene on like the big ship was really great, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I got scared they were going to kill Namor for a second, and I was like, stop!
No, don't do that.
And I really... Okay, Angela Bassett's the queen dies, which was
shocking.
Unexpected. Yeah. And I love the scene when Namor does it. It was great. But dude, when he stabbed Shuri, I was like, no fucking way, dude. Yeah. I thought Shuri taking up the mantle, and I've been very vocal about how I thought she was the wrong choice. Mm-hmm. But giving the movie credit, they addressed how she feels about the tradition. They addressed all of that and made that a part of the story and why she was the one to choose it, and it worked for me. And
the conflict of, like, her not being spiritual because she's a scientist,
yes,
having to deal with that.
Yes.
Especially when she goes to the ancestral plane. Spoilers, where we get Killmonger again.
Yes, which was really well done. I like that whole idea. Mm-hmm. And her conversation with Winston Duke where she's like, I'm going to kill him. And you see Winston Duke's face of like, oh no. Like, you know, this isn't good. And
I loved the synthetic flower.
Yes.
Because it was such an integral part, because now it ties into her trying to save T'Challa off screen with that. As opposed to, yes, here are our reserves that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really, I like that storyline a bit. I also, let's talk about how with Chadwick Boseman, the cold open of the movie, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
The Marvel logo of all of Chadwick Boseman, you could hear sniffles not only, but it was so quiet. It was almost like a moment of silence.
They didn't play music over it either. It's just clips.
It was almost like a moment of silence. And you could hear a pin drop in that theater.
Oh, yeah.
It was really quite something. And the sequences at the end, like the flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously. Very, very tough to see. But I thought the film paid amazing tribute to him. The mid-credit scene, beautiful stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa. The MCU still has T'Challa. I love that. They're much smarter than I am.
And Lupita
right?
Nyong'o just crushing everything.
Oh my God. I still had hope when they were in the lab. I was like, please let Lupita Nyong'o be the Black Panther. I was like, please, a little bit. But I didn't hate that I liked how they handled it. And I didn't think I would. Mm-hmm. I also liked her dynamic, how she fought. I thought it looked very cool.
Shuri?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, when she was scaling the side of the boat, flipping around, I was like, okay,
that was great. Love how Namor got his name.
Oh yeah, the child without love, the transition, or
awesome.
I forgot the actual pronunciation.
Amazing, dude. Amazing.
And the thing about Namor too is he only works if you take him seriously.
Yes.
Because he wears his little green Spanx and he's got his little wings on his feet and he's like, haha, I can talk to fish or just breathe underwater.
Yeah.
But when you take him seriously,
they use the wing feet so well.
They use and the style of it moving, like the leaping.
Yes.
Oh, it was so. I love the action scene. I think it's on the boat when he's taking out the helicopter and it cuts down and you just see the feet and he just shoots back up again.
Yes. Awesome.
Go on.
And just casually, as if it's nothing, he just goes, "I'm a mutant," and I'm like, like I was literally in the theater with you, and we were like, I mean, like we knew that, but like he said it. And that means in the MCU, mutants have been around since the 1600s.
Yeah.
We're building there. Because we also talked about Ms. Marvel as well. She's a mutant as well.
And the concept of Talokan underwater also having a second vibranium meteor.
Yeah.
And them having all vibranium weapons as well. Worked so well.
Yeah. And I will say, I'm one of the people, I really like the Eternals movie. Mm-hmm. I know not everyone does. I really like the Eternals movie. I will say, though, Namor and his people's reasoning for not showing themselves until now, I bought a lot more than the Eternals.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's a fair critique.
It didn't even cross my mind of like, I totally understood, like, yep, they wouldn't show themselves until now. Where with the Eternals, I was like, I mean, you could have.
Especially because it becomes more apparent, too, when you have the Eternals literally talking about Thanos.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so you're just blatantly saying you didn't do anything.
Yeah. Because, the first pitch meeting with all the Marvel executives is, where were they when the Thanos came and attacked? And so that had to be a thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And some writers in the corner are like, ha, ha, ha. Watch this.
I'm Kevin Feige. Shut up.
Kevin Feige. Shut up.
But yeah, negatives for the movie. Like I said, the runtime, it is very long. I thought that the conflict between, I really liked the conflict between the two nations. And I thought when the movie was that, it was working really well, especially with the U.S. government getting involved. I thought the side plot of Martin Freeman and Julie Louis-Dreyfus's Valentina
de Allegra Fontaine.
Fontaine character.
Sorry. Director.
Yes.
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
I thought that while it was great to see her, and it was a surprise, I had no idea she was in the movie.
They kept that on lock.
That storyline, that extra part of it, seemed like it didn't need to be there. They're setting something up, clearly.
For Captain America 4,
and
Thunderbolts,
and that stuff. And Riri Williams and Ironheart, while I like the idea of her like being the reason why all this is happening, you can tell they had a quota of like, all right, make sure this, and this happens in regards to Ironheart, so when we start the series, we don't have to do all that shit.
Yeah. She needs to go back to MIT.
Yep. Yeah.
Not with this brand new suit.
No. Yeah.
What's interesting, too, about her being at MIT, and what's funny in a shared connected universe, but with also legalities involved.
Yeah.
MJ, Ned, and Flash all go to MIT.
Yep.
But that's Sony, baby.
Yeah, there's no way we're seeing them. No way.
No, but do you think there's any chance that in a Spider-Man 4, if MIT and that storyline's involved,
totally possible,
that Marvel gives them
totally possible, especially if Ironheart's related to like how it's like a derivative of Iron Man, and Peter's relationship with Tony
fan
Stark.
reception as well.
Yes, of course,
which has been positive for that character.
I love Ironheart in the movie, and I'm excited for her show and maybe for Spider-Man 4. Please have Daredevil be in it, just for me, please.
See, I think that like I said, I love Martin Freeman's character in it. I loved him in Civil War, the first Black Panther. I feel like, set up aside, if you had just put him there, like he attends the funeral, and then he just gets stuck there, roped into everything, that might have worked a little better of that.
Yeah.
Because he was still trying to play balance between CIA duties and that. I think that would have just worked better if he was actually just in Wakanda the whole time.
Yeah. I think so too. Kind of like how they did with the first movie a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Where he's still trying to be like, but I work for the U.S. government.
Yeah. One thing that I thought the movie could have done better is when we get to Namor's backstory, it was him just like telling it to Shuri.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I mean, I like everything we saw, and I like the backstory itself.
It did cut to scenes as opposed to
but it was literally, instead of spending time with him alone, and getting into his head, which we don't get into in the later in the movie, like the very, very end of the movie, it's just, oh, by the way, this is my story, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I thought that the showing his kingdom happened way too late in the movie.
Yes.
Personally, from a pacing perspective.
And didn't look that great. That was kind of upsetting because I thought that the whole civilization, everything about it worked except for the visuals of the actual place.
I agree.
Very dark.
Yeah. I like the adaptation, though, of it being like the Mayan city. I like that.
That worked very well, especially to not like do Atlantis again.
Yeah.
Also, how many times have we seen it? Even if Aquaman wasn't a thing, it's like, let's do something new.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that greatly.
And his performance, I would personally, I thought he worked very well as a villain. I'd put him up there.
There are a couple moments in his performance where I didn't quite buy it, but mostly overall, I thought he was great.
But also, this was like an introducing type thing, right? So it was like his first thing
role,
ever. So overall, I think he crushed it.
Yeah, no, overall, I liked the performance a lot. Yeah. But there were a couple times though where I was like, I think that moment could have, I really, really like the character of Namor a lot, and I'm really glad that they kept him alive. I know I've already said it once, but
I'm curious what their plans are for him, and if there'll be another Black Panther movie after this, or if this was supposed to serve as a nice little
Although, dude, I was so hoping when Shuri was going to kill him at the end, and they were laying there, and she was standing there, I was so hoping to God that Namor was going to say, "Save Martha," and I was so excited. I hope
his wings grow back.
They will.
They better, right?
They better, or get vibranium wings. Fuck yeah,
that dude. He can cut an ankle with it?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Come on. Okay, but you want to know what I'm absolutely stoked for in the MCU? When Wolverine is in there, and someone's going to offhandedly mention, like, are we going to be okay? It's like, don't worry, this is made of vibranium. Nothing can break it. And the claws just immediately go through as the adamantium. You know that's going to be sick as fuck, dude. It's going to be awesome.
Listen, I hope that we get the Namor from the comics that just really hates Mr. Fantastic.
Yes.
Like, he straight up gets invisible, like, sleeps with Invisible Girl because he's like, no, fuck you, Mr. Fantastic. And I want that level of pettiness in the MCU.
I hope so.
Now here's my question for you. Let's obviously we're going to do a Phase 4 ranking down the line we want to rewatch that. That'll
Yes.
probably be a separate video.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just go right now. Let's look at strictly Phase 4 movies. Where's Black Panther lie for you? Based on having not rewatched anything yet.
Just movies.
Just the movies.
Third.
What do you got? No Way Home and Shang-Chi?
Yep.
That's exactly where I have it. Well done.
Thanks, man. I liked it a lot. If I would grade it, I'd probably give it like an A. Like which is a higher grade I gave the first Black Panther, but I do like the first Black Panther the more I watch it.
Yeah.
Not like in spades as much as a lot of people did, but I still really enjoy that first film.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that this story, I like the story of this film better than the first film. That I know for sure.
I think so too. I think Killmonger might still work more as a villain.
Killmonger was a better villain,
but I liked water grenades. That's where I'll put it.
Yeah. But overall, movie night's recommendation. Recommend Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
A step. I've felt rather lackluster on some of the more recent MCU projects. Yeah. So I feel like this is a step up, and hopefully that trend continues into Phase 5.
Although we shouldn't really say recommend or not, considering it's a spoiler review.
Fair.
And it's like, you should only see this if you watched it.
Yeah.
So fuck what I just said.
It's good, and I would recommend it.
Even though...
Hell, if you just watched this and haven't seen it yet, go see it. It's good.
Go see it, and sorry.
Yeah.
We ruined it.
That's on you.
Yeah, it is on you. We fucking warned you.